Yo, welcome back to the channel, everyone. Hope you guys are having a great rest of your day, start your day, whatever time it may be. And in this video, we are gonna be hopefully improving the drivability of my 1999 Mustang GT. Now, as soon as I checked the fluids of the car, look what happened. This honestly was bound to happen. Luckily, it just happened in the garage, so I'm just gonna get this replaced too today. But all right, so you guys can see here the hood. Oh yeah, the hood has finally completely broke. Now next to me, I got a box from LMR. This has a new clutch cable and that like adjustable quadrant. So that's the whole purpose of this ordeal this morning, is to get the clutch cable fixed. But I'm just gonna get some new bolts for the hood as well. Luckily the shop is like right down the road, so I'm not really too tripping about it. Let's get a cold start. All right, y'all, we here. Let's go ahead and hopefully get this shit fixed. Let's hope. Nice Fox bodies. Hell yeah. All right, so it's the next day. The video kind of got cut short because it started to rain, but you guys can probably tell it's a lot louder in here. Some things got done to the car, good things. Yeah, dude, it's actually crazy loud in here, but this is quite OD, I'm not gonna lie. Let me go ahead and set this up. But yeah, this car is ridiculously loud now. like I said previously, you guys can probably tell the car is a hell of a lot louder, man. I got the rear seats out. It looks disgusting back there. I do need to go ahead and do a DIY rear seat delete. I know how you can make the rear seats delete for like 50 bucks. So I am gonna go ahead and do that. I'm actually on my way to the hardware store to get the necessary components to make the rear seat delete. Just a little lightweight rear seat delete. Now honestly, if I did not have the eliminator pump, I wouldn't do it. But this is kind of over the top how loud it is. Now I can you know, I can take the exhaust noise, right? I'm not like a sissy. I can take the exhaust noise. But when you got this loud ass fuel pump that's like buzzing in your ear constantly, it's kind of ridiculous. And this is like an external pump, so it's like literally like right behind, not really right behind me, but it's damn near right behind me. And this thing is crazy, crazy loud. It's full-on race car right now. I don't know how you guys do it, man, with these external pumps, with, you know, the gutted cars. It technically isn't a tin can yet because I still have the center console. I still have, believe it or not, working AC. I have a radio in here that I don't use, and I still have the front carpet, but obviously the rear carpet is out. But just like driving normally, the exhaust isn't bad, right? It's the fuel pump. Let me go ahead and roll the windows up. Like, the fuel pump is bad. I quite literally have to scream. If I was to have a passenger in this car, like, we're having a silent conversation type shit. Like, the only time I'd have a passenger in here is if, like, somebody was coming with me to record or something like that. Like, this thing is, it is insanely, insanely, insanely loud. At least I know the fuel pump's working. Because if I don't hear that, I know something's up. But I also got the clutch pedal, not clutch pedal. I did go ahead and get the clutch cable replaced. When I first picked up the car, I still had a little bit of the vibration, but when I did get the other cable installed, the first, I'd say 100 miles had the rattle, but this is a lot more it's a lot more tame, if that makes any sense. Like, it doesn't rattle constantly, even though like I probably wouldn't be able to tell because it's so goddamn loud in here. But the car drives a lot smoother. The cable actually feels like it's tight, and I love that. I got the Ford Performance adjustable clutch cable with the Ford Performance quadrant, and I did adjust it a little bit more. I like my clutch cables tight. I know some people like their cable clutches kind of like soft. I don't like that. It's kind of weird, I know, but oh, you can kind of hear it right now. Like when you go over like a bad part on the road, like a bumper indentation, it kind of makes that rattle noise. I did look online, and I did see that it could potentially be like something is not greased down there properly, because it's bone fucking dry down there. I looked down there yesterday after the install when I still had that little rattle intermittently. But I'm gonna go ahead and just, you know, put some lubrication down there. I also looked online. People said that it rattles like this if the clutch was installed incorrectly. Some people had, you know, their clutches installed properly, or like they said they had it installed properly by reputable shops, and it still rattled. So I don't really know. I don't know if the car had the clutch installed incorrectly, because I have been, you know, beating on this car. You guys have seen it in the videos. I've been getting my damn money's worth with this car, that's for sure. You know, enjoying it, you know, just taking it out, you know, either getting some runs in or just, you know, doing some pulls for leisure. And you know, I don't know if it was installed incorrectly, you know, knock on the plastic, I think it would have failed either on the dyno, or it would have failed like within the first couple of, you know, pulls, you know, outrunning it after the break-in period. But we'll see. I'm just gonna keep monitoring everything. I have like a good feeling that it does have the McLeod twin disc, because this clutch feels really good. It feels too good to be a single disc. I had a single disc in McLeod in my white tube valve, and this feels nothing like that. This feels a hell of a lot easier to drive at higher RPMs, and that single disc, it starts to, you know, show its true colors in the inferior to the twin disc when you're trying to shift it at higher RPMs. So that's not the case with this car. It goes into gear. The only thing that I did notice, it happened to me twice, but not all the time, is when I try to downshift like from 5th to 4th to 3rd, sometimes I'll get like a random lockout, but it's never a lockout, you know, going from 3rd to 4th or 2nd to 3rd, you know, knock on the plastic here. It's never that type of lockout, which honestly, that's what kind of matters. But to fix that, all I would have to do would be just to put it back in 5th, go to 4th, go to 3rd, and it goes back in. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just keep monitoring everything, keep you guys up to date. God, man. This thing is crazy loud, bro. Like, it's actually insanely loud. I want to pull over somewhere, just so I can show you guys the interior, because it looks disgusting back there. I'm not gonna lie, it looks really bad. This is not a show car by any means. I didn't buy it to be a show car by any means, but for me personally, I feel like I do need to go ahead and cover it up. Put some like lightweight, you know, I get some lightweight 2x4, some adhesive spray, and then I'm just gonna get some like this is like black carpet in here, or it could be dark charcoal, I don't know. Shit, I'm like partially color deficient. I'll just bring a snippet in here. You know, this shit's already so bad. I'll cut a piece off, bring it in there so I can get like an accurate, you know, color match, and I'll just go ahead and wrap it with 2x4, some lightweight 2x4 and carpet, and, you know, mold it up. And I'll make a video on that, because I know you can do that for like cheap, like 50 bucks, which is insane, because they charge like 250 bucks, 300 bucks for a rear seat delete for a 99-04 car. Like, for me personally, that is way too much money for a rear seat delete for a 99-04 car. You can probably, I don't know if you can hear it, but you can kind of hear that rattle off of a D-cell when like the road is kind of shitty. This road here is really bad, but for the most part, it's not really as prevalent as it was before. Like I said, I'm gonna keep you guys updated with everything, but the clutch feel is a lot better. It's a lot tighter. Ooh, we got a Porsche. Ooh. Video with this like new setup in a different vid. I just wanted to give you guys like the raw driving experience right now, but it's this is a little bit too over the top. And plus there's a lot of traffic right now. This is like a bad time to be even taking the car out doing pulls. It's like lunchtime, so it's packed, but there's trucks everywhere, there's cars everywhere. There was debris on the road down there. You know, stereotypical Texas traffic around like 11, 12. It's terrible. Like this is like 11 through like 4 o'clock is like the worst time to be out, like on the road out here in Texas. It's real bad. It's really bad, dude, out here. The pump, it sounds like fuck, bro. Like the voltage is struggling. I don't know, but like I'm not losing voltage. I need to get gas, no bullshit. But man, I'm not like at a quarter. I need to get gas, but how I like to keep this thing above a quarter tank at all times. All right, bet. Let's get some gas. Dude, this thing is so loud. My goodness. Whew. All right, so I'm gonna give you guys a little walk around, or I should say the interior walk around or walk through, whatever you want to call it. Now, I do apologize for the noise, but there's really nowhere else to go. The rear seats are out. It's sketchy as hell back here. The previous owners definitely just did not, they just put it together. If it worked, it worked. Obviously, this is kind of why I want to do the rear seat delete. This car does need to get rewired, man. It really does, but it does kind of raise the question. If I'm gonna go through the whole process of rewiring this whole car, which I know is expensive and costs a lot of man hours, does it still make sense to retain the I should say not the 4.6, the 5.42 valve? I don't know, man, because in all reality, obviously sticking with the stock computer, if I'm gonna rewire the car, it's not gonna happen. We go with either a Holley or the control pack that comes with the Coyote swap. I already have the blower, I already have the fuel system. It has to be, you know, configured to work with the Coyote, but in all reality, the pump, the lines, the injectors, I mean, all that would work realistically. Filter, I mean, we'd be good for shit 800 horsepower with the Coyote swap. And with the P1SC, I mean, it would make like 750, something like that. I don't know. Not saying I'm leaving the 5.4 2 valve, not saying I'm leaving the 2 valve life, but I will say this, y'all. If we had, you know, I'm not even gonna speak on that. Let's not even talk about that. Let's get back on track. But yeah, this interior is kind of sketch, I ain't gonna lie, but I'm gonna clean it up. Especially if it has to be rewired, I'm gonna clean it up. But again, just weighing my options, y'all. If you had this car and had to rewire it, would you keep the 2 valve, right? I know probably a lot of people will say, yeah, keep the 2 valve for life. But in all reality, if you had to rewire this car, what would you guys do? Let me know down in the comment section. I'm really curious. Oh yeah, man, I probably shaved like, I don't know, 35, something like that, 40 pounds. I know the back seats, the whole setup is around 40 pounds. So I don't know. Honestly, I don't think it's 40 pounds. I mean, that bracket did seem pretty heavy. I'd say I'd shaved at least 35 pounds doing this. And I'm probably gonna put like maybe 5 pounds back in here with the rear seat delete, because I'm gonna do it the lightest way possible. Stay tuned on the channel. I'm gonna go ahead and do a DIY rear seat delete for this whole setup we have right now. Personally, I don't really like the battery relocation. I don't like how it was done. It was done really shitty. Again, I didn't do it. The previous owners did that. So it realistically needs to be rewired, cleaned up. The battery could still realistically go in the front. If I was to Coyote swap this car, I would just clean it up. Probably keep the battery back there just for extra space if I wanted to put like a turbo or like a bigger head unit, because the head unit would actually go in a different location, so there'd be a lot more room with that battery gone. But again, who knows? Again, I'm not even gonna speak on that. Knock on the dashboard, but for right now, rocking with the 2 valve. I'm enjoying it. I've been thoroughly satisfied, and I know you guys have been, you know, enjoying the car. So I'll catch you guys in the next one, man. Deuces.